penetrate. In other words, we're gonna talk about the allegations!
Talk the allegations! Some people don't know the struggle of being fucking black.
What would it take to get you on Lolcow?
This is not what podcasts are, Ethan!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of H3Y. Today I have a very special guest today, Mr. Bowblax. Bowblax, for those who are unfamiliar with you, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I read tweets on Twitter, or no, what? Everybody reads tweets on Twitter. I take tweets that are drama related from Twitter and I put them onto YouTube on a series called Twitter Versus. I've been on the H3 show in terms of like soundbite clips from some of my live streams that I've done on my other live stream channel called Bowbie, where I've been like, let me speak, and done like crazy stuff like that. And you know, H3 likes it, you guys like it. I had a plush, I gave it to the H3 crew, and now it's in the background of me all the time there in every single drama, just, you know, a plush of me in the background. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
Awesome, thank you so much, Bobby. So I have some fun H3 themed questions. These are questions that I have asked every guest on the show so far. Then I have a new segment. I have some fan questions. I've never asked fans to provide questions for me before, but this is the first time I'm doing that. After that, we have some Bowblax specific questions, and then I have a fun activity for us at the end of the interview. So first question, Bobby, do you have any ghost stories?
Ghost stories? No, like I was actually thinking of just like the concept of ghost stories, because like whenever you tell them, they're obviously so fake, but then people react like in TV and movies like, oh, I'm so scared, it's you know. So like I don't know, I guess like if you pretend it's real, you can get into the suspense of it, but I can't like disconnect that like suspense of disbelief. So ghost stories, sorry for the boring answer, but I'm just
no, that's honest. That's
I'm not
honest
a ghost
and fair
person.
You just gotta stay true to yourself, Bobby. You haven't had any supernatural experiences whatsoever.
I guess, but I'm also Christian, so like any supernatural kind of good coincidence type thing, I chalk up to like him or fate or something like that. But like, yeah, I don't know. Besides stuff like that, like, oh, that's a coincidence, or oh my god, right time, right place, or little interesting stuff like that, not really, I suppose.
Fair enough. I'd like to share my ghost story with you. I wasn't planning to, but I've shared this story twice, and now the comments are making fun of me for sharing the story over and over again, so I'm gonna do it for you as well.
Yes.
So this happened maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. I think I was a sophomore or junior in college. I used to be super into like gothic aesthetic, so I had a bunch of I had like the Satanic Bible, I had like a tablecloth with a pentagram on it, and so one day I'm just chilling at my computer, probably doing homework or something, and then I hear the table with the pentagram stuff on it kind of creaking back and forth. So I walk over to investigate, and I see my wallet in the middle of the table, and my whole body goes cold, and the wallet like flies across the table by like 2 feet, and I get extremely scared, and I run out of the room.
Damn. So you just like saw it, no propulsion, like nothing, just
nothing. There's absolutely no way, like there's literally no explanation of how it could have moved.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. That's an experience that will definitely stick with you. That's a pretty
You know, most of these ghost stories that I've heard from people is they're like, oh, it's the middle of the night, so they're half asleep. This was like the very start of the evening, 6 p.m. here in California.
Yeah, I'm thinking there must have been like some sort of story I had where something moved and it was really weird, but I don't know if I've seen anything like directly like that. And I'm also ADHD, so like I fucking lose like the key I was holding like in a second, and it takes me forever to find it. Like, I'm so bad with that stuff. So to me, ghosts are around everywhere, taking my shit and moving it around. But yeah, that is a very distinct, like, move over the table. No, I haven't had an experience like that, but I believe it for sure.
Well, it happened to me, so I 100% believe it too.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. You don't want to gaslight yourself.
All right, next question. Do you wipe from front to back or back to front?
I remember, I think Ethan asked me this in chat, and I responded one time, or like he said it and I responded in chat. And I think I just wipe, so it's hard. I need to like think about how I wipe.
I can explain it to you. So
it's
so when you're wiping, this is your front, right? Your front of your body,
Yeah.
like your chest. Your back is obviously your ass. So if you're wiping from front to back, you like from your front towards your back in this kind of a motion. If you're wiping from back to front, you go the opposite.
Nah, dude, it's front to back. You scoop it out, bro. You gotta scoop it out.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm front to back then.
Yeah, I think that's how I typically do it too. Obviously, I like to mix it up every now and then. I like to come in from the sides.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Sometimes sometimes I use my left hand instead of my right hand type thing.
Yeah, but the standard definitely.
Omnidextrix, is that what it was called? Like
Omnidextrix.
Wipe-trix?
Omni-wipe tricks.
Yeah.
All right, next question, Bowbie. Do you pre-wash your dishes before putting them in the dishwasher?
No, the whole reason to put it in the dishwasher is because I don't want to do the work of washing it. If you pre-wash it, you might as well just take the extra time to full wash it by hand.
I guess, yeah, that's a good point. The most interesting answer I heard was from Papa Gut. He actually does pre-wash it if it's like extremely disgusting, the plate. But what his idea was to have 2 dishwashers, so you can just move the dishes from one dishwasher to another, so you don't have to really put any dishes away ever. What do you think about that? Having 2 dishwashers.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
More apartments need to have 2 dishwashers installed. That seems like a Jeffree Star exclusive type installation, but maybe it should become more standard. Papa Gut is on the right track there.
True innovator. For me personally, I've never used a dishwasher, so the concept kind of scares me. So every dish I've ever washed is by hand.
Yeah, I used to wash dishes by hand by force because I didn't have enough counter space in my first ever apartment when I first moved out way back in 2016. I didn't have enough space, and I only had like 1 sink. So
I don't know, moving up in the world. We got that dishwasher lifestyle now, Bowbie. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I've upgraded. I moved out. I got a built-in dishwasher. That was, when I got my new place. That was a big upgrade for me.
All right, next H3 themed icebreaker question. Do you completely unpack when staying in a hotel?
It depends. I mean, I unpack everything that's kind of non like technology based or anything that like is like I need to kind of use right away. But yeah, I use my pack as a wardrobe of sorts. You know, for the clothes. Definitely. It's
a wardrobe and it's a dirty laundry hamper at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
That's how you do it. That's the right answer.
That's how you do it. It's all about that efficiency, with all these.
Right. My last H3 themed icebreaker question is: I know you haven't been an active watcher of the show in a while, but who is your favorite crew member?
I mean, I've always had a bit of a bias towards AB just because like he started by making commentary videos in the same way as like me and a bunch of other people. So I kind of see him as like the commentary little guy in there. Oh, not little, but he's I cheer for him. I like that he got onto the show and has made a name for himself there and done all the boxing events. Those are crazy.
Yeah.
He's the one that out of all the H3 crew that took up the mantle. But as for like the commentary, I do like Olivia's commentary a lot. So
dude, same. Olivia's she's way funnier than people give credit to.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't she come up with this thing?
That was her thing. Mm-hmm.
See, I love that. So yeah, Olivia is probably the best addition to the show out of the crew. But also we got to give respect to Dan because Dan has been there from the beginning. He's like basically the third most important in the H3 brand after Ethan and Hila, basically.
He's basically a third co-host at this point with how much he interacts with the show and literally how much production value he adds to the show.
Yeah, and I don't even mind because like he got Like, he worked behind the scenes. He was a silent producer for so many of those early years. Like, go off now, King. Go
Definitely.
off, you know?
Definitely.
So yeah, so like out of respect, I respect all of them, but AB and Dan stand out just because of those things. And then yeah, I guess Olivia has the best ideas and commentary. So
Oh yeah, any opportunity to glaze up Olivia, dude, it's just music to my ears. Hell yeah, thank you, Bobby. All right.
Is she unpopular in the fandom, or?
No, I just don't think she gets as much praise as she deserves. Even though she's pretty popular, she deserves more popularity for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, next we have some fan questions that were provided to me. This one comes from Miss Gabagool. What do you do for fun outside of the internet?
Well, as you could probably guess, obviously video games is a big part, but I also live in an area where there's nice scenery and stuff, so I like to go on walks a lot with like nearby parks and stuff like that. And then obviously, you know, the typical hangout with friends and stuff like that. So yeah, but most of my free time, other than YouTube stuff, definitely goes to video games for sure.
Nice. So when you hang out with friends, do they ever ask you about the online drama, or are they like completely disconnected from all that?
They're completely disconnected. No, they don't really ask anything. More recently, sometimes questions come up, but pretty much no.
Nice.
Only what I tell them.
That's good. You got to have that separation sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's all just like goofy online stuff, right? It's like,
yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna turn my online dramas into my personal real life dilemmas. That just like, that's not a good mixture. It's entertainment and then your own life, you know? So I tell it to them like you'd tell stories from work. Like, yeah, dude, did you hear that fucking Boogie lied about his cancer? Did you see this crazy thing Keemstar said? It's a good way of bringing up like crazy stories and casual conversation and stuff like that. But no, I'm not gonna be telling them every little detail of my work.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that comparison. It's just like just talking about work. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I've always treated it for the most part.
Next question. This question comes from Ramen Raisin. How do you feel about beans on toast?
I've never tried it, so I'm not gonna knock it until I try it. That's kind of my motto with stuff, because I like pineapple on pizza and that sounds weird. Beans on toast is another weird sounding thing, but I'm not gonna hate on it till I try it. So
right on. Maybe next time we have an interview, we'll do dual beans on toast together.
Yeah, although my trust in it is not extremely high. There's like the gooiness to the specific beans, and then I don't know. It just doesn't look appealing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it would work, because beans are typically like really wet, and toast is better. Like, you know, you kind of want it more crunchy, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they're onto something. They conquered the whole planet, and their signature dish is beans on toast.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Bobby, let's crack open the boba.
All right.
So for those of you watching at home, I thought it'd be hilarious if I had some boba with Bobby. So Bobby, what flavor boba did you get?
I forgot, dude. It's like some orange tropical thing. Something like that. I'm like, orange tropical. It must have mango, peach. I don't know. It's orange. Every good thing is orange. All good orange things, yeah. Except for, well, pumpkin's good too. I don't know.
My flavor I got was coconut strawberry. So let's on the count of three. Let's penetrate the lids of our bobas.
Yes.
You ready, Bobby? 3,
Yep.
2, 1, penetrate. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. What does Bobby think about his boba?
I like it. I also added like some ice cream to it here.
Oh, delicious. I love boba.
Good. Yeah, it's like mango peach. It's good.
This is like mega sugary drink.
Yep.
I should have that more often. Fuck soda. I'm all about the boba.
Well, I don't know. It is pretty sugary, but yeah, like getting a daily boba instead of a daily coffee.
I'm all about that boba now, man. I've been knocking it for years. This is my shit. All right, let's get back into interview. So up next, let's talk about some Bowblax specific questions. In other words, we're gonna talk about the allegations.
Talk the allegations. Let's go. All
right, let's do it.
I'm not one to avoid allegations. That'd be hypocritical.
Right. So
Yes.
I think the first thing I want to talk about, obviously, I guess people can kind of see online you've been in some sort of controversies lately. I did my best to do research on this topic. I watched the 30-minute Internet Anarchist video, and I watched about an hour to 2 hours of Nicholas Diorio's 12-hour video on Bowblax. First of all, I don't understand how Nicholas Diorio can have 12 hours of content to talk about while Internet Anarchist was able to cut it down to 30 minutes. It just seems like one of the two is milking the content more than the other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nick, a lot of his content is just streams where I'm like maybe the main topic, but then there's other topics and he combines them all. I don't know, but I think he did recently make that mega video that's 12 hours, so I guess across all the segments of all the streams he did where I was a topic, it accumulated in 12 hours. And I know he's made more since, so it might be 13 or 14. Honestly, kind of impressive. I didn't know you could talk about me for that long. He's
got to be making so much fucking money off of Bowblax content. Honestly, I kind of respect the hustle. I mean, don't you? Even though you're like the main target, isn't it kind of like, yeah, man, this is a drama sphere. We talk shit on each other.
Well, I don't really watch it, so I don't know. I'm sure I wouldn't like any of it, but I don't know. I like if it's not quality commentary, right? Like for all I know, it could be, but I just can't see how he could make like a 12-hour video without repeating points and it just being kind of like an unfinished kind of, rambling, unrefined kind of mess of a video. It's just made to farm watch time, not to actually be like the best content I can be. So
yeah, maybe.
I don't know. As much as I respect that, then I respected, I suppose, like
I feel like the
job making content.
To me, like, it's easy for me to say, oh, all this Bowblax drama and to watch this 12-hour video is being super chronically online. But I guess that's how people feel about me whenever I talk about like H3 discussions. Like people who aren't in the H3 universe, like this guy's way too online to be criticizing other people's online content. But then that's my initial impressions on the 12-hour Nicholas Diorio Bowblax video. But if you could, I want to get this from the horse's mouth. So if you could summarize what exactly has been going on this past year, which has sprung up so many Bowblax related videos.
Yeah, so basically it started when I was having some mental health issues and I confided in Nicholas Diorio, and I kind of like crossed some boundaries in terms of like how I was speaking to him and like what my mental state was in and how much I was kind of relying on him to help. Like he didn't ask for it or whatever. So basically I confided in him that I might have a diagnosis of BPD, but I'm not sure yet. And then like I kind of said like, oh, I haven't like checked fully yet because like the Canadian medical system's pretty slow, and he took that as me like saying I would get better and not getting better because I did other things that he found were like not, helpful or whatever. If I was getting help, I wouldn't be making mistakes. But you can try and get help while also continue to make like mistakes. There can be like a period of overlap there, and I guess he just saw that he just thought I was a liar, disingenuous, and because of that he decided to make a bunch of this content, and I think that was the catalyst, according to him, because I did watch the very beginning of that 12-hour video. I think I got like 30 seconds in and I'm like, fuck this. But I think that's what he was saying along those lines, and that beginning of that video would probably be the beginning of the coverage. So yeah, I guess that's the reason he cut me off. That's what he said in the video. So
I know there's besides your relationship with Nick, like what other stuff has been going on? Because I know people have been criticizing you for like doing OnlyFans, or maybe part of your transition is a part of it too. Like what other components are leading to all these people making videos on you?
So, I guess a lot of the stuff I was doing, particularly around the second half of 2024, and then also just like in the past, that could be combined, because I do have like 11, 12 years of history, a lot of which I'm much younger, and admittedly, I am autistic. So in the past, I have done really social weird things like BLM song or other things like that.
We'll talk about that
So
later.
yeah,
We'll talk
when
about
it's
that
all
later.
combined in an internet anarchist video like of like almost like 15 years combined, yeah, it does look like I'm the most embarrassing YouTuber ever. Although I think the time gaps are a little too big to say that like I'm like consistently a mess and I just hide it really well. I don't know. I don't know
I think
what's the
Internet
ultimate.
Anarchist has a really good voice, so I think that makes people think him as much more trustworthy as a journalist than he really is. Because hey, I was like, fuck this guy after 30 minutes of the Internet Anarchist video. He does a good job at packaging everything, but I know, like you said, it's over the course of 12 years condensed into 30 minutes. I mean, on that perspective, that's not that bad.
Yeah, thank you. And then also what mostly rubbed me the wrong way about the internet anarchist video in particular was that in September he told me of September of 2024 he told me, hey, I know you're going through some shit with like Nick and fighting or whatever, but just keep your head down, you know, keep making content, it's gonna be good. I keep my head down, and then all of a sudden a video springs up by him, and that is what reignited most of the hate towards me, because that video got 1 million views and he has such a big a fan base. Before that, it was like only Nick pretty much exclusively, which yeah, his fan base is sizable enough for it to be an annoyance, but like it wasn't kind of widespread to the point of people in my real life asking me about it and stuff like that until the internet anarchist video.
His advice is still I know it might be kind of seen as a betrayal, even though he released the video after he gave you the advice, but I think the advice still holds up. And I think, you know, I don't think maybe he didn't want to seem like biased towards anyone, since like his kind of field of journalism is to go after anyone and everyone for any online drama, you know.
Yeah, but don't message me like, hey, you'll get through it, just wait for, you know, it to boil over, and then you like reignite the pot yourself after saying that, you know.
Yeah, I see that.
Because it was boiling over, but now it's extended by a considerable margin because it got to such a bigger audience outside of, you know, I guess the sphere that Nick's viewership would kind of be.
Yeah, I can see how you feel that way about it. Well, yeah, I think, like I said, I think the advice still holds true. Just keep being the good Bowbie, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I haven't done, like, what I did wrong was basically, like, confide in a friend that I shouldn't have. And then, because of, like, you know, everybody trying to, like, pry at my live streams and look for any, like, Lolcow data for, I guess, the Kiwi Farms thread they were making or whatever, they, like, found an email that flashed up on screen very briefly on my YouTube, and then they found the OnlyFans that I was like kind of experimenting with. I only posted like 1 or 2 photos, and I never made any money off of it. I was trying to do something separate. I never intended like people to know that it was me or be connected to the Bowblax brand at all, because I just think those two things are incompatible, right? So that was like a big blow to like my mental, and I feel like also my rep online was that being leaked. But that, and it's technically a little bit my fault, because I did have that flash on screen, but I've had other things flash on screen, like my social insurance number or whatever briefly, and then I like immediately deleted it. It was like gone within like 10 minutes of me ending the stream, but because everyone was so diligently looking at me, it then got leaked. So, I don't know, I do feel like
that's how it happens.
It was unconsensual. It was essentially even though it's my fault, it was unconsensual. So that that was a big blow. But besides that, like when you say just be a good Bowbie, I mean, I guess Like, what have I done? What have I really done? Really? Like,
that's true. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, be cringe, be embarrassing, be the most embarrassing YouTuber at points in my life for sure. Whatever.
That's why I
but
think
like,
this whole drama isn't that bad. People like kind of blow it out of proportion. It's not like there's way worse things other YouTubers are doing currently. So I'm all like, you know what?
Yeah.
I feel like when drama's slow, it's time to pick on Bowbie.
Yeah. I think the most ridiculous example of like how people treat me is how they treat Keemstar. You'll see Keemstar do these crazy, weird, cringy things, especially for a man his age. But because he does them so consistently, oh, it's just Keemstar. Nick will be fine with Keemstar. He's not. Nick doesn't have 12 hours of content on Keemstar and Lolcow, even though there's way more than 12 hours of content worth talking about that, you know, train wreck of a show. Like that's kind of the point of it, even to an extent. But like, yeah, like if Keem did any of the shit I did, it would be like forgotten in a week. Like I
don't know if Keemstar had an OnlyFans, dude, they'd be talking about that shit forever, I think.
Well, I mean, Keemstar was basically like pimping out his girl, like with OnlyFans models and stuff, and nobody talked about it but me a month later in a Gamer from Mars stream.
No,
so I don't know.
We
maybe
want the sexy Keemstar pictures.
Maybe if it was Keemstar himself, yeah,
if it was Keemstar
a little bit.
I'd have posters of that on my wall. That's how crazy that shit would be if he was doing that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, considering he still wears his shirt even when he goes swimming, like, yeah, I suppose. But like, I was getting shit on well before the OnlyFans thing. Like the OnlyFans, yeah, that's a big like Bowbie doing only. What the fuck? What the fuck? Even though I didn't like fully even get to do it, and I was gonna do it under another name. Like, regardless, you find that out, it's like, oh my god, exposed! Holy shit, juicy, you know, info. But before that, like, so you got me there. But before that, I'm like, what the fuck did I do other than like, you know, confide in someone too much? I never even chat on Nick.
And being cringe online, the worst crime.
being cringe online, yeah. As an autistic guy who's lived, yeah, I literally have Let's Plays recorded from 2011 when I was like a super little 14-year-old, like, that are public. Like, yeah. Honestly, Internet Anarchist could dig more and make like 20 million sequels of me like in every period of my life if he wanted to.
He might. Depends on how hot or cold the flavor of the month is, you know.
Yeah, the 2016 Bowblax versus the 2015.
Stay tuned. Who knows? Maybe I'm working on one, Bowbie. You ever think of that? I'm a bit of a video essayist myself. All right, let's move on to, so we touched upon the Black Lives Matter song. Could you tell me a little bit about the production of that? Because obviously I heard it through the H3Y podcast. They played like the first 20 seconds of it. So I was curious about what the whole thing sounded like. And I'm like, dude, like you dropped the N-bomb towards the end. I'm like, I just died because I'm like, what is he doing? Tell me about the production, why you wanted to write that song and your passions of music and parody songs.
Yeah, so I remember I made that song when I was actually moving out all my stuff to be in my first apartment in 2016. I mentioned that a little earlier in the interview, so we're going back to that. I think I was listening to Baited Podcast episode 3. So I don't know if that had anything to do with what was on my mind or whatever. I don't know if they talk about race on that.
Who was on Baited Podcast episode 3?
Tommy C, Colossal's Crazy, and Keemstar. Was like the episode before the Leafy one, so it was like at the height of everyone being like, So I don't think it has anything to do with it. I just remember I was listening to it while unpacking, and I was just I finished it and I was bored, and I just started singing this tune in my head, like.
So it just came to you. The tune just came to you out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then I just started talking about like the BLM stuff because back then, this is like obviously pre-George Floyd by like 4 years, and I grew up in Canada, and I kind of
people weren't really talking about BLM
by 4 years.
back then.
Yeah, so when people were talking about BLM in 2016, it was kind of in conjunction with like, oh, SJWs, you know how H3 made all those SJW like mansplaining video. I just remember the mansplaining chair in particular. That one's really funny, but So BLM was kind of part of that like SJW kind of scene culture at the time, and I'm Canadian and white, and I live in it. There's not like a lot of black people in the area I live, mostly like East Indians and Asians, and then white people and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just assumed that, because you could legally do anything regardless of your skin color in America, that racism was over. Like, it's just over. Like, nobody's racist. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, like, why do we need to do Black Lives Matter? Of course Black Lives Matter. White Lives Matter. Fucking Asian Lives Matter. All lives matter. What the hell? So I just thought it was, like, overreaction SJW stuff, because I didn't really, understand where they were coming from. I was like completely removed from it, just a dumb teenager. And
no, that's fair. I think when people first heard it for the first time, I think many people had the same like idea as you, like, of course Black Lives Matter, all lives matter.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the idea at the time. Obviously the meaning is much more deeper than that.
Yeah, so that was kind of where I was coming from with it. So I was just being goofy and taking it to its extreme. Like, what if people were so Black Lives Matter, but that it's like the only life that matters, and like, they go crazy with it. Kind of like, yeah. So it's just that was kind of on my mind at the time, I guess, because 2016 anti-SJW, whatever. So I matched like with my tune, like that concept, like some people don't know the struggle. Being fucking black. We always get bullied, and I use like words like
we
bully.
Always get bullied. Yeah, that's such a good line. I love that.
Yeah, because like to me, bully is such a silly juvenile word. Like, you'd get bullied in high school, right? Like, bully. I feel like people put more meaning on that word in more recent years, but especially back then, like bully, like cyberbully. It's kind of like a meme. It's like, we always get bullied because we are black. It's like.
So did you record that all in one take?
Yes. It was impromptu. I started singing it before recording, and then I decided to record it because I liked the beat and momentum that it was on.
The beat?
Yeah. There's probably many other like long lost songs that I sung of various degrees,
races
in a
and
similar
ethnicities,
way.
other races.
No, I don't know if they're all themed like that, but I just randomly get a tune in my head and start making up random lyrics. All the time, but that was like the one time I decided to record it, I guess, on my phone.
I gotta say, that's pretty impressive, Bowbie. Pretty impressive.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the BLM song, so it's a little weird to be complimented on that. So a fun fact about that is that it was so impromptu that like I was kind of like jiving around the room, and you can kind of hear me moving in the audio.
Hear some shuffling around.
It's only just one audio. There's no editing. It's just the raw audio, right? So there's one point where like I'm saying we always get bullied, and I'm like leading. I have like my phone here, and I'm leaning in and out, and I'm like, I have one foot in like an empty tub and another like out of the empty tub, because I'm just like hyped that I have my own bathroom for my own apartment or whatever. Nice. So like you hear like the squeaking of the tub against my feet in the audio and stuff like that. So yeah, it was like a celebration song, I guess, for moving in.
That's
the
awesome.
BLM song. Yeah.
Fantastic, Bowbie. Would you ever consider making like a remastered, clean version of the BLM song?
I've thought about it, like to various degrees of severity. Usually not too serious about it because I never end up doing it. But John Swan, actually, if you know him, old YouTuber who got into drama for like lying.
Don't recognize the name.
Dream. But anyway, he started making a remix, but he didn't want to release it because he was too afraid of the optics.
Damn.
But yeah, he made a whole new beat, and it sounded really good, and he even added a gunshot sound effect for like
do you have that? Do you have a part of that?
No, I don't. I think he would only have it, and I haven't talked with him in like forever. I don't even know if he's
could you do me a favor, just reach out to him out of the blue, like, hey, you still got that BLM song?
He probably doesn't, but I'll definitely reach out.
Dude, it'd be so crazy to see like whatever he has. It could be put it on my channel. I'm totally cool with optics on that.
Yeah, but if someone else wants to take up the mantle and they want more clean audio of it. I mean, I already said it back then, so I guess if you want me to
All right. Well, and also
record,
here
I
there are
guess.
some.
I don't know.
There are some people in that space for that here in the H3 universe. So you guys you heard it first. If you want to reach out to Bowbie to finish that remastered BLM song, let me know and we'll reach out.
Yeah,
right.
it's just like so goofy. I obviously didn't have any like I've never been racist really, like in my head. Like to me, like getting hung up on skin color and like the different culture or whatever that would come from that is like getting hung up on the eye color, someone's eye color or hair color. Like it doesn't make it doesn't make sense to me. So that's part of my ignorance with it. But yeah, the whole song is just my point is the whole song's very goofy in nature, despite the premise. You know, I'll have you know, I've gotten a lot of free N-word passes for that song from black people, so you know.
Let's move on to the next Bowbie specific question. So you were invited to the H3 live show. I know we talked about this a little bit during the soundbite tournament, but I wasn't recording that part. So my question to you is, do you regret your decision not going on and being a part of the H3 live show?
It would have been like a cool moment for content, but I really he just wanted me up for like a short bit, and I don't know, I wanted to see him in a more like peer-to-peer, like maybe we got dinner after or talk a little bit, not me just like pop on and be a little soundbite and move off. It would have been good for the content, but for like the time and resources I had for the trip I was on, because I was only there for like a couple days, and I was mostly hanging out in the Anaheim area, and their stuff is more near like LA, I'm pretty sure. So it just if I were to commit like, you know, half of a day that I have on this trip, I would want it to be more, you know, peer-to-peer. So I don't regret not going on, but I do think it would have been cool for the
dude,
content.
it would have been iconic if you went there, and so many, dude, you would have had so many pictures with fans. Like I remember the guests of the show that came on, they were just walking around the lobby, and you know, fans were lining up and taking pictures with whoever they could. So definitely missed opportunity, and hopefully maybe the opportunity could pop up again in the future. Who knows what's in the future for Bowblax and H3.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned like the fans lining up and getting pictures, now I like regret it even more. But it was the right decision, I'm sure at the time. But yeah, I didn't even like think of that aspect, because like I don't know, like I forgot about that. But yeah, I guess, you know, people would want pictures of Bowbie.
I think they would.
Yeah, that would be great.
Up next,
maybe one day.
How the fuck can I get hands on a Bowbie plushie? Do you have any left in reserve that you're not telling anyone about? Do you have any left over?
No, I don't. I used all my leftovers with the 2 VidCon trips that happened
okay.
after they came out. I've given it to some VidCon people that I meet up with.
Yeah, the VidCon people would deserve it for sure to come out to see you. That's right.
Yeah, and then you know, I gave some to H3, and that's all that's left. And
Bowbie, please do some research to see if there could be. There's got to be some way to get me a plushie. I want the plushie.
No, I'd have to do another campaign, and I'd have to get 200. But I already tried that, so no, I think.
Does it have to be with that vendor? There's got to be a different vendor that could.
There might be another way, but it would take a lot of.
Please,
I don't know. We'll have to see, but
okay.
Maybe like in the far future if I'm well off, and then we have like a good like limited time retro Bowblax plush or something like that. But
let's say someone returns a plushie to you. You let me know right away whenever the opportunity is available for a Bowbie plushie.
Well, then if someone returns a plush, I'll know my docs is out, so that's not good.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
that's not good. I guess you'd rather get a plush than 2 human skulls in the mail. Am I right?
Yeah, that's I'd rather have 2 Bowblax plushie skulls.
All right. I'm curious about what your financial situation's like, because I've seen like online, Bowblax is on the verge of homelessness. Is that true, or like what is your current financial situation?
That's not true. Obviously, because my YouTube hasn't been doing as well with like the Twitterverse stuff. I have switched my main source of revenue, so I have like another job now, so it's not my main source of revenue YouTube anymore. But I'm financially fine, but I'm not like in the same position that I was when my videos were doing really well and I didn't need to work that other job. So
hey, that's fine.
you
I mean,
know,
I think
stuff has been down, like obvious, like people have eyes.
that
You can
it?
check my channel.
Is that why people are making these allegations just because the views are down?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like much to go
Essentially.
off of. That's crazy. Like, anyways, it's just weird speculation. Oh, Bowbie's views are down, therefore he's homeless. Is that really the connection?
Well, there was like a private document of mine that got doxed and leaked that basically like indicated that I was late on a payment, but that has all been resolved since the date of that. But that document apparently was public behind a paywall on like a government website or something. Someone like went in to like find like stuff related to my name, and that came up, but it was already resolved by the time it got leaked. But
that's nothing.
people use that to infer. Yeah,
I've missed a payment on a credit card just because I forgot once. You know, like who cares?
Yeah.
That's it's so totally nebulous.
yeah. So, yeah, I'm fine.
So you heard it here first, folks. Bowbie is homeless.
Yeah,
Next-
I'm homeless in my own home. Like, how long have they been like?
It's
the
all green.
document.
It's all green screen. This is all like background trickery.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm in my home, sipping on some boba.
Boba with Bowbie. Next question. Do you still have a passion for online drama?
To be honest, not as much anymore, because like when you go through the ringer yourself, and then also I was kind of like losing a lot of interest in it in general, like the for the past couple of years, I'd say since 2023. I just like kept covering whatever topic that made sense to cover as it came in, and you know, for the first 3 or 4 years of doing Twitterverses, I loved it. But after a while, like there's just some topics that I didn't care as much for, or I just didn't want to go through like documenting it, because a lot of these controversies turn into like sexual assault stuff, which, you know,
A lot of them
I can
Very
read
often.
through it, but like I'd find myself like after spending a whole day reading a bunch of documentation and allegations about a sexual assault, I'd have to like take a break for like a full day and decompress, because it's just like it is a lot, especially to you know, some of the stuff in there is like crazy, and I have to like still put on the Twitterverse's voice and like not kind of, you know, be like whoa or whatever, even though like it's just so it was that doing that over and over, and then just the whole process of it all, I'm like, do I really, I'm just doing it to do it. I don't really like, I just lost my enjoyment for it over time. And yeah, also like my interests kind of like dart all over the place, ADHD. So like I don't know, I've done Twitterverses for like 5 years, and I kind of I'm a little like sick of the drama. Like some of it's interesting. I do think like the iDubbbz Creator Clash thing's interesting, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in drama, but I think I've been like too overexposed to drama, where I prefer it in smaller doses, you know? So I don't think I'd ever lose passion for it completely, especially like considering I built my channel off of it and stuff. But like, yeah, my passion is a lot more selective and dwindling in comparison to before, for sure.
Hey, that's totally respectable. You know, you cover and make videos on whatever topics and whenever you want. You know, and now that your main occupation is somewhere else, you know, that even, you know, proves more like I don't have to do this stuff anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go back to making content because like I find a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I do find a lot of enjoyment out of making content. I wish I was making more, but I just got to find like that type of video that I would enjoy making in a like kind of repetitious fashion.
Yeah, for sure. I think you'll find that spark again. You'll find it eventually. It took me a while to figure out that I like doing this type of content.
Yeah. So, yeah, just working another job and kind of just going back to like the discovery phase and going back to the roots of like, what do I really want to upload? What do I want to do for the foreseeable future? And then how do I get like the train rolling on that? And how much of yeah, so
Yeah, keep it up,
Just a lot
Boba.
of stuff like
You'll
that.
find your niche again.
yeah, I hope so.
All right, my last Bowbie specific question is: I know you and I talked about the potential of you being on Lolcow in the Lolcow universe. What would it take to get you on Lolcow?
Keemstar would have to reach out to me directly, and then there'd probably have to be a deal where I at least get like a full month paid in advance, and then the money would have to be like enough. Normally, I wouldn't have like such high, I guess, qualifications in terms of like money and like payment in advance and stuff. But like Keemstar, he's been pretty notorious to work for from outside looking in, and even like seeing some stuff behind the scenes, like the boogie crawling on the knees. Like that wasn't meant to be content. The boogie crawling on his knees was a real thing that happened in private behind the scenes that was not meant to eventually be content.
Really?
So, like,
Holy fuck!
And then it got leaked to me through Nicholas Diorio. So
That's
like,
fucking crazy.
it's yeah, working with Keem, I'd have to have a lot of guarantees, and even then, I don't know how long it would last. But for the content, I'm kind of interested in how it would play out. But in terms of like me like doing it in a secure fashion, I just don't think that's possible.
No, yeah, not at all. I'm very worried about the angle they would want to take with you and their like WWE style of acting. It would not look good for you.
Yeah, and also like another thing that kind of cemented me of not doing it is there was one time where he did reach out to me on Twitter, and he was like, "We can have Lolcow transformers," like referring to trans.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like be used in a way to like, you know, help transphobia or mockery of it in any way, you know. And I know, like, I'm not saying Keem hates trans people, but he will try to use, like, through, as evidence through that tweet, he would try to use it as like a joke for the show, that aspect of me, and I don't want that to be used as a joke. So that's like a huge component of it as well.
Fair enough, but I respect the spine. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, I have a little activity for us now that we're done with for the majority of our questions. So I made a little PowerPoint, and I will share. Oh no, that's not the right screen. Whoops.
I saw a bit of that though.
You didn't see nothing. Wait, what did you think you saw?
The panel, the PowerPoint panel of me reacting to Sonic.
Why, you think that's funny?
Yeah.
Stop laughing at Sonic!
Exactly. Oh my god. That's have you seen the video that's attached to that? The video where that comes from?
No, I've just seen the clip.
It's a pretty good commentary video. I'll link it to you so you can check it out later.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah. I love doing stuff like that. And off topic a little bit, you can put this in or whatever, but one thing I kind of don't like about the hate towards me, or the like whole idea that it's like, oh, he's embarrassing himself, is that now I feel like I can't do the like, let me speak, or crazy stuff like that without people thinking like it's real, like it's really me and it's not like just a joke, you know?
Let those people think it's real, man. Just let them.
Yeah,
you know the truth.
Yeah, I know the truth. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Bowbie, one of the main reasons I want to have you on today is because you have such a fantastic voice for soundbites. I want to go through some of the flavor of the minute soundbites going on at the moment in the H3Y universe. I want to see if we can get your best impressions and impersonations of them. So, if you're cool with that, you know, I would really make my whole life, Bowbie.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
Maybe
right,
one of them will be good enough to be a new addition to the official soundboard.
We'll see. I'm gonna send them all to the mod that kind of looks over that stuff, so we'll see what they think. Okay,
right,
so first let's go over some of iDubbbz soundbites. So some of these are gonna be screaming, some of these are not, but I think some of these in particular would be good for screaming. So as you remember, during the Content Cop, tons of new iDubbbz soundbites were created, and these are the three in particular. So we have "Wake Up, Ethan," "This is not what podcasts are," and "It's horrible." So if you could give me these three, I think that'd be really cool. So it goes, "Wake up, Ethan."
Yeah, it's like that. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Not really a scream, more like a taunt.
Well,
not like, wake up, Ethan! Wake the fuck up, Ethan! You motherfucker! Not like that.
No, that's kind of more what like if you put your own spin, the own Bowblax spin, I think that's even better than just trying to copy what items did.
Yeah, like pretend I'm in the content comp video, but I'm doing it Bowblax style. Like, wake up, Ethan! Don't you see this right now? You see this right now? You see the shit going on? Wake up! Wake up, little boy! Wake up!
that's perfect. That's perfect. Don't blow out your voice. I got a few more slides.
Okay,
so let's pace ourselves. Let's pace ourselves.
Oh yeah, then we have this is not what podcasts are. He was, like talking pretty casually about this, right? Like,
yeah.
This is not what podcasts are, Ethan. This is. Do you want me to scream it? Fuck.
Yes, do the screaming one.
Okay. This is not what podcasts are, Ethan. This is not what podcasts are. What the fuck? This isn't a podcast. This is bullshit. This is manure coming straight out of your asshole. This is fucking not a podcast. What the fuck? Okay, I keep going on.
No, that's good. That's good. That's the fantastic. This is good content. All right. And the last items one. It's horrible. You don't have to improvise after that. Just that it's horrible.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, I don't. Didn't he say it like one of those ways?
It's
like
horrible.
It's
that's
horrible. It's fucking horrible, Ethan. Like you fucking. Yep. I don't want to go off.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I think the first two. I think you really nailed those in your own Bowblax style. But we got more soundbites to go through. So let's check out what else we got. We got some Hassan soundbites. Let's see how you do with these. We have the keep playing it. I think that would
keep playing it.
Yeah, I think this one would be good for a stream too.
Keep playing it! Keep fucking playing it! Keep playing it! Come on!
And the last Hassan soundbite is, what a Weasley little liar, dude.
What a Weasley little liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar!
Can we get the full Bowblax scream on that one? Okay.
What a Weasley little liar, dude! What a fucking Weasley little liar!
you want to drink some water? I don't want to blow out your vocal cords.
I need a refresh. I
go for it.
I can do that one more justice for sure.
No, I thought that one was good. We'll move on to the next one. But yeah, lubricate those cords.
Yeah.
All right. Like one of our favorites, Frogan. This should be pretty simple. The bass, but in the scream.
Oh, okay. Based? Bass? Bass?
Awesome. I'm really worried this isn't recording, so let me just make sure that looks good. Yeah, that's fantastic. This looks great.
I probably peaked the mic level.
No, I can hear totally fine on my end.
Nice.
All right, we got some Lolcow sound bites, so I guess up to you or not if you want to scream these. But we have the Hannah we know. Here's my thing. I like a pretty penis. The pufferfish, the one that turns into a circle. In the Discord, I never did. And the Keemstar rimshot noise.
The Hannah we know? The Hannah we know? The Hannah we know? Here's the thing. I like a pretty penis. The pufferfish, the one that turns into a circle? In the Discord, in the Discord, how does he say? In the Discord,
yeah,
in the Discord, good. Goddamn, like Southern. I never did. And then Keemstar Rimshot. What the fuck? Wait.
Yeah, I can actually play that one. Do you not remember how that one sounds? It goes bum 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 bum.
Oh yeah, down.
All right, let me play it for you because I really want to see if you can nail the noise, because it'd be a perfect actual rimshot noise if we can nail it. Give me 1 second. Actually, I could probably send you the video file for that. Actually, rimshot. Yes. Yeah, I just sent it to you in the message here.
Yeah, I remember when Keemstar was doing the Keemstar show before Lolcow happened, and he had a co-host called Savo Pancakes, and he just spammed the shit out of that. That was his main thing. And then Keemstar copied it and just started spamming the hell out of that.
All right, let's try to cleanly, from your best, from just your voice and your mouth, just try to recreate that noise.
Let me see. Down.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that was gonna be a hard one. And
Yeah.
I think this is the last one. There's some crew-specific sound bites. We have, I'm shooting ropes, bro. I only take it right on my chest. I want to smell feet. I got my prostate milked by Ethan Klein H3. Ethan Klein is ruining everything, making it all worse. Cheers, my dude. Love ya, no hobo, and W Dan.
I'm shooting ropes, bro. I only chest. Okay, I only take it right on my chest. I want to smell feet. I got my prostate milked by Ethan Klein H3. Ethan is ruining everything, making it all worse. Cheers, my dude. Love ya. No homo. W Dan.
Cool. All right, I think that's it. Fantastic, Boba. You made it through the gauntlet of sound bites.
The fucking Papa Gut graduated. And then we have a Bowbie.
Bowbie. Yeah, the Papa Gut that was left over from the previous PowerPoint I did. I thought it'd be funny is after every PowerPoint, I'm gonna keep one like aspect of it. So the aspect I'm gonna keep from yours is the Bowbie. Next time I do a PowerPoint with a guest.
Nice, the Bowbie. That should be a new spin-off merch brand. Maybe that one will get 200.
We'll see.
Just sold a Bowbie.
All right, that's it. The end of the interview, Bowbie. Would you like to give us a plug to tell us what you got going on?
Yeah, so I have some gaming videos over on my channel Bowbor, obviously Bowblax with all the Twitter versus drama stuff, and I have my streaming channel, which is just called Bowbie, Bowbie, and there you can find my live streams and most of the content that is kind of like, let me speak, soundbite adjacent, would more be over there. But yeah, if you're interested in any of those three things, definitely check out the channels, and thanks for having me on again.
My pleasure, Boba. You're always welcome here.
Awesome. It was great to do this interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much.